So we live in pretty crazy times right now, and it's motivating a lot of people. And sometimes we take our own motivations and we run ahead. And I think it's time to pause. It's time to accumulate this revival and combine some things that we know to be true to keep a steady course, to know that we are moving forward in the right direction. And over the last few years, many years actually, we've had some people come to prominence in our lives, giving us advice that we know is true. Many of those are men speaking to young men. We are in that time of fire and forging, so it's important to be sure that we're combining the knowledge in order to create strength and perseverance. The first of those individuals is Jordan Peterson, who currently is struggling and needs prayers. He's struggling from some physical problems. He's very sick, so definitely want everyone to consider praying for Jordan, his family, for a speedy recovery. This could very well be a spiritual sickness as well. His daughter put out a video that I just watched. Check that out and consider their family in what they're going through right now. What I want you to think about is Jordan's unyielding call for personal responsibility. I want to also think about Jocko Willink. He has some of the most incredible videos on discipline, right? They're very ironclad, good types of disciplines to have when it comes to your personal self and taking responsibility for things, right? I can see our society crumbling under the weight of comfort, excuses, and moral erosion. I was not raised in a generation of participation trophies and safe places. We grew up with a spine. We had hard work in front of us all the time. So here's the truth. Weakness is a choice. I hope that my upcoming videos will help shatter that illusion, arming you with tools and weapons to reclaim your strength. So stand up right now. Look at yourself in the mirror. Ask yourself this question. Am I the man I was born to be? Or am I hiding behind screens and someday promises? Society has gone soft. Participation trophies and safe places, that's not you. You're built for battle. Today, we crush excuses with ownership. So if you're ready to wake up, keep watching. If not, well, there's your first excuse. So listen up. I remember a guy named Chris. We used to work together many years ago. Not that many years ago, I guess. Chris had not really liked the way his life was going. He was working for a bad boss. He was in the construction business. It was kind of a dead-end job. He was overweight. He was getting divorced. But more importantly, he was blaming everyone for his problems. He blamed his boss because he wasn't getting paid enough. He blamed his ex because of why they broke up. He blamed the economy for all of his debt and his bad choices financially. It's not my fault, he'd say, over and over. One day he hits rock bottom. He loses his job because he showed up late again. Instead of owning it, he falls into that victim mode again. He starts scrolling social media, looking for sympathy likes, telling everybody about his woes. And I'm sure he got some. But one day I told him to, hey, look up this guy named Jocko Willink, Navy SEAL. Cool stuff. So he found his podcast and he started learning what extreme ownership was. And those lessons that were taught by Jocko. If you haven't checked it out, you need to. Ultimately, Chris decides to flip the script in his life and say no more excuses. He starts working out, going to the gym really early in the morning. And I mean extreme. Think David Goggins. This was the intensity level that he took to his life. He began losing weight. He was showing up on time to work. He started a sales position, and it was cold calling. Some of the hardest things to do in the world, calling, 20 people a day or more. He didn't settle for 20. He went to 50. He said, I can do this. He took a hard look at his resume to determine what was wrong with his life and why he wasn't building a better career. He made better choices to fill in those gaps in his resume. 6 months later, new career, down 50 pounds. He was rebuilding his life for the better, all from a simple choice. We need to look to people today who lead by those examples as well. You know, I like watching rockets take off that Elon Musk is building, and, you know, some of them haven't gone so well. They've blown up. You don't see any excuses coming out of Elon when those things blow up. And it could be real easy to come up with some, I'm sure. No excuses, though. Just fix it. Get on with it. We could also look to Jordan Peterson's patient, who decided, I may not be able to do a lot with my life, but I can definitely clean my room, make my bed, pick things up, and when I go to walk out of my room, turn back and see the order that I created. That's the one thing I knew I could control, he said. And he did. One step at a time, one piece at a time. But the important part was he made that first step. The important part to remember is that excuses kill dreams and ownership revives them. Understand why we're like this. Society has rigged the game for weakness. Jordan Peterson warns it's postmodern chaos. No absolute truth, just feelings. Jocko Willink calls it out in teams. No ownership means no victory. Look at the stats. 70% of Americans procrastinate chronically, according to Psychology Today, leading to $1 trillion in lost productivity. We have apps for everything. DoorDash for food, Netflix for boredom, therapy for trauma, for a bad day. You remember during the lockdowns, people were, back in 2020, people were blaming the government because they were gaining weight instead of taking responsibility for themselves, going into the garage and doing a little workout. So much easier to blame somebody else because you don't have discipline. This softness breeds depression, debt, and broken families. But here's the truth. Excuses are chains you forge yourself. So enough talk. It's action time. We're going to make some rules, 5 of them. Rule 1, own it all. Like Jocko Willink, own it. He spoke about Chris Kyle. Every mission that they ever went on, he owned anything that was a mistake. He owned it. He improved upon it and made sure that he was improving himself for the team. He didn't blame anybody. So your step, you need to write down 3 things, 3 excuses that are holding you back. Could be, oh, I don't have time for the gym. Whatever those excuses are, write them down. Then draw a line through them and rewrite, I choose to make time for that thing. I choose to make time. Do it daily, every day. Number 2, a daily audit. At the end of every day, you need to audit your progress, your mistakes. You need to look back on the day and ask yourself, what did I own? What did I dodge? Rule number 3, suffer. I want you to suffer with a little bit of cold exposure every day. Jump in the shower, turn it to cold. Start with just 30 seconds. Work up to a minute. Work your way all the way up to 5 minutes. You're going to discover that ice baths, cold showers build tolerance and have a huge impact on your physical body. A man by the name of Wim Hof wrote a book, What Doesn't Kill Us, and he's known as the Iceman. And he shows how people have improved their lives from this significantly. He even went so far as to climb mountains in shorts in record times, where people told him there's no way you can take people up that mountain that fast. And he did it. He attributes that to cold plunges. Rule number 4, no 0 days. Every day, take 1 step forward. I think of Thomas Edison, who invented the light bulb. He had thousands of failures, and he wrote them all down, every single one in detail. Why? Because he knew that was 1 step closer, 1 mistake he wasn't going to make again. So your step, commit 1 daily action. 1 thing that you haven't taken before that you know you need to take it daily. Take 1 step. Commit to some sort of action. That could be 10 push-ups. It could be a job application. It could be refining your resume. You know what steps you need to take better than I do. It's just time to start taking a step. Rule number 5, accountability partner. It's time to tell somebody in your life that you're doing all these things. Somebody you trust, somebody you know is going to be a positive influence, but who's also not going to become complacent with you and allow you to fail. They're going to push you. That's the person you need to tell. Voluntary discomfort needs to be shared. When you think of Jocko Willink's book and many of the situations that they were in both books for that matter, the team held each other accountable. And when you're in hell, you need people to hold you accountable. You can't slip in situations that they get put in. You need somebody to push you and know that they're going to back you up too. So how do you apply this to your life and the battles that you need to face today, now? You got to own that missed deadline and fix it. You got to own that shortcoming, that failure, that goal that you didn't reach. Own it and build a plan to fix it. Don't blame somebody else. Don't blame your team. No blame at all. Take it on yourself. You wouldn't have iPhones and iPads if Steve Jobs was full of excuses. He took the flops that happened on his watch and he turned it around. He made it work. How do you make this work in your family life? Own your temper. Apologize and rebuild. Look up some things on Jordan Peterson on marriage advice. And also, don't excuse silence. It's not a form of strength. It may be a form of wisdom. How do you use this for your health? Think Jocko Willink and a workout, or joining some sort of a gym, either lifting weights or MMA, some sort of discipline that uses your physical body for a workout. Own the sweat. Crush your obesity. You can do it. No excuses means no regrets. You build this and you're unbreakable. So we've crushed excuses. Now own your life. Remember, weakness is a choice. Strength is yours. Smash the like button if you end excuses here, now, today. Subscribe to Wake Up Weekly. Comment your first rule down below. Let's build an army from chaos to conqueror. Go get it.